Hi guys, Everyday Knife Guy here with another simple paracord tutorial for you, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this, which is a ranger bead, basically a sliding bead that can be attached onto another line of paracord. All sorts of uses for this, obviously traditionally used for pace counting or counting off anything, but it's also quite useful to have a toggle like that online for maybe securing a loop like this, very much as a cord pull would on your jacket or on your backpack or whatever. And yeah, it's very useful little thing to know about, and I'm sure once you know the technique, you'll find some uses for it. So we're going to make another bead on this particular loop of paracord here. You can see this is very free sliding, but it's a nice hard little knot. It's not going to come undone. Forgive the pun. And the way we're going to do that, there's a lot of different ways I see out there on YouTube, and this is maybe not traditional ranger knot, but I find that using this, which is the Celtic button knot, is actually a much easier way than a lot of the tutorials that I've seen, because they involve you actually tying a knot directly onto this. We're actually only going to use this towards the end of our tutorial. So in the meantime, we're going to get rid of those and pick up this, which is a couple of feet of 550 cord with all the innards still in it, and it's just been sealed on the ends with a lighter. So we're going to go ahead and make most of our button knot first, and then we'll actually get to turning it into a bead on that other cord. So starting here with the short end in our left hand, and this is our working end, we're just going to make a loop in the cord. So I want you to loop it over, and I'll just twist that out. Loop it over so that the working end is coming over the front of our standing end, like so. And then do the same again. So we've made two loops. As you can see, those are both coming over the front of each other. So we have this shape here, and we can go ahead and pinch this with our thumb here at the bottom. Okay, I'll try and keep this on camera for you guys. So now you should have that shape there. Okay, two loops, one in front of the other. Then I'm going to take your working end, and we are going to go down through this right hand loop, up through the middle, and down through the left. So down through the right hand loop, up through the middle one, down through the left. Okay, so down, up, down. And you should end up with something like that. Pull it through, but not all the way. So we should now have three loops here, and it should look like that. I'm going to give you a close-up there so you can see if what you're holding looks the same as that. And we have that cross at the bottom. Okay, hopefully it's like that. Then all we're going to do to finish the knot off is bring our working end over the top. So bring it towards you first of all, makes it a little easier. So we're bringing it round the front, and then we're going to go down through here, and we're going to come up through this little triangle here, the bottom one. So I'm going to go down through the right hand loop, okay, and then without pulling too much of that through, we're going to come up through the middle, okay. So down through the right hand, up through the middle, you should end up with something that looks like this. Okay, so that is the start of our Celtic button knot. All we need to do now is pull the two ends and cinch out all the slack. So if we want to put it on as a bead, we're going to take the cord that we want to attach it to, and we're just going to feed that up through that same hole that we just came up through with our working end. So bring that up through the middle. Okay, you can hold that loosely in your fingers as you pull out the slack in the knot. Oops, see if I can do this all at once without losing it. So just pull that through. You will end up with a big snaggle like this. That's okay, we're just going to work that through in a knot. So pick any part where there's slack and just start pulling that through. Now you can afford to make this fairly tight, and it'll still move pretty freely on the cord that it's sliding on. Help if I could find the end. Okay, so we're just going to work our way around. I have to go round and round a few times to get all the slack out and get the bead looking good. At this point, it's already holding the black cord quite snugly. So it's fairly easy to do. It's not going to fall out at this point. Pull that through with that end. Sorry, I'm not sure if I slipped off camera there. So you can see at this point here, we're starting to get quite a nice symmetrical bead forming, much like this this orange one I have here. So we're just going to snip off the ends and seal them as I did with this one. I'm going to go ahead and show you that. So make sure your bead's nice and tight. You can check at this point that it does slide on the cord, so it's sliding quite nicely. Careful not to slide it right off the end. So let's go ahead and see if we can singe these off. So you don't want too much material snipped. Sorry, you don't want it snipped too close, because of course it's a fine line between having enough to singe the end and not wanting to start burning this cord or the rest of your knot, because that's going to look ugly. Let's grab Victorinox Classic here and snip this fairly short. Do this end first. So I'm going to hold the flame a little bit away from it and just start to singe down the end. Again, we really don't want to get too much heat on that black cord and start melting it, because that's obviously going to, if you wanted the strength of the rope, that's obviously going to compromise that and potentially cause you some problems. So that's that end, not too bad. Could have gone a little closer, but again, I don't want to damage the rope, so better to be a little safe than sorry. Snip this end off too. Oh, sorry, I'm nowhere near the camera there. Apologize about that. Snip this off here and singe this one down. So once you get the end of the cord bubbling, the outer and the inners, just get it bubbling up a little bit, and then wet your finger or use a little piece of metal or whatever you want to use. I usually just lick my finger and then tap it down just to seal it off there, you can see. And there you have it. There's your Ranger bead, guys. Not quite as neat as the orange one I did, but works just the same. So you have a couple of beads on there. That's really all there is to it. So I do have a tutorial on the Celtic button knot itself. I did that some time ago. I'll put a link to that in the description for you as well. But that's basically how it works. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back with more paracord, knife and sack videos soon. Have a great day. Cheers.